Hi, hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Sunday. I know this video is going to go up on Sunday because I am pre-filming it. So this is going to be my makeup tips video. I hope you enjoy, and if you're interested, just keep on watching. So makeup tip number one I put is start with eyeshadows first. And for me, this is a big thing because whenever I would start with my face makeup first and then my eyeshadows, usually I use like darker shades if I'm feeling like that vampy look. A lot of like shadows now have a lot of fallout no matter what brand. So I would say start out with your eyes first, just because it gives you more of a clean look and it gives you like a nice looking base, nice fresh base. And I would find myself like always it would look just not good, for me at least. Number two, I said clean up the brows, and for me this wasn't a thing until recently, like a couple months ago. I was just too lazy. I changed up my routine. My eyebrows used to be the last thing in my makeup routine, and now it's the first one, just because I feel like they look more clean, they look more precise, and just more put together than before. Whenever I would go with the spoolie, it used to like leave little marks and stuff. And yeah, so I would say start out with your eyebrows first and clean them up, just because it gives it more of a clean look, and I don't know, it just makes it look a little better in my opinion. And yeah, that's tip number two. Tip number three is to use a lip liner, and for me, again, this wasn't a thing that I used to do, and my lip line used to always be all messed up. Not to say that it's perfect, but I feel like it just helps me just to give me a little like roadmap on where my liquid lipstick is gonna go, where my lipstick's gonna go. And it just gives it like that bottom layer, so when it does fade out, I still have like a little bit of color on my lips. So for me, lip liner is definitely super important. And yeah, I just have like multiple shades now. I use them every time I use liquid lipstick. Today I swapped out and I just put chapstick because I'm not doing anything right now. So yeah, that's tip number three. So tip number four is one that I think is only like do it if it's an emergency kind of thing. So for me, I used to, you know, I go to work, whatever, at the end of the day I used to wear like liquid lipsticks, and I still have some in my collection that are so matte and so hard to remove that after work I just wanted to take them off my lips, but I couldn't because I didn't have any wipes. Nowadays we have you know, Neutrogena has those little like mini wipes, which I purchase all the time. They're just so good and handy, just to keep one of those wipes in your purse, just in case any whatever you want to take off your makeup. The moments when I don't have that, what I need is chapstick and napkin. So what I use is just chapstick to go over the liquid lipstick to kind of loosen it up, and then napkin to just like take it off. Little by little it's coming off no matter what liquid lipstick you're wearing. And of course your chapstick might get a little dirty, but that's how you have your napkin and you just clean it up. And maybe that's not sanitary, but that's like only emergency, in an emergency situation where you just want to tear off your lips because your lips are so dry and will like crusty at the end of the day. That's just something that I used to do, and I still do from time to time when I don't have those little wipes. And yeah, that's tip number four. So tip number five is the last one on the list of makeup tips for me today, and that is eyeshadow palettes. If you have eyeshadow palettes that you've written off, I would suggest you take them back out. I've done this quite a few times where I use a palette and then I just write it off. I'm like, oh, I don't want to use this ever again, and then I just leave it on my shelf and never look at it again. I would suggest you bring it back out, and before you start using that palette, use it with transition shades from a different palette that you trust. Start out with the transition shades on your eye and then go in with the palette just to kind of start building, because you already have a base of transition shades that you trust. So the palette is going to perform a little better on top of those shadows. So that tip is just to not write off a palette just out of getting a bad look out of it, because sometimes you kind of need to use it a little more to get the hang of it. And we made it to the end. So I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed filming this for you today. As you can see, I'm like hobo status, like my hair is up and I'm wearing like my PJ shirt. I just can't, like it's too hot. And yeah, no. So I decided to just whatever film the video today, since my other video was super short, which is my project pan update. All the products that I mentioned today, if I mentioned any, and videos that I posted last week will be down there in the description box below if you want to give them a watch. Everything's down there. I upload every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every other Sunday. If you are interested in sticking around, that would be amazing. If you want to follow me on my Instagram journey, I'll have my Insta handle right here. I post a lot of finds, liquid lipstick swatches, makeup posts, all of that stuff. It's a lot of fun over there. If you could come join us, that would be amazing. It would be amazing if you could like and subscribe. Of course, you don't have to. You are your own person and you make your own decisions, but it wouldn't hurt to give this video a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
We met, your eyes so blue, me piercing through.